Good morning, friends. Okay, so this week we are starting some new stuff. Okay, so we're going to try Google Meets this week. Remember, they're at 10 o'clock. Okay, if you have any questions, go back to that email that Mrs. Dumas sent. Okay, today is Monday, first period. Okay, Tuesday, second, Wednesday, fourth, Thursday, 6th, and then Friday is 7th/8th because Mr. Super now has that 7th period class. If there are conflicts, meaning you have Mr. Super now 7th and then me or Mrs. Dumas 8th, I know some of my 8th period kiddos, that's you. Just reach out to one of us. Maybe you can jump in a different group or whatever. We can figure it out. Okay. Today we are going to start on the vocabulary terms for ancient Egypt. Okay, and as you can see from my screen, this is what your assignment's going to look like today, but it's from my side. So attached to it are the definitions, a document which you can only view. So if you can't open up or do anything to that, that's because I did that on purpose. Okay. Then you're going to have a grapes organizer, which if you remember way back from school, I would draw on the board and then we would pull out a vocabulary term and we would figure out which grape it goes with. Okay, we're going to do that too. And then down here is your activity log. A lot of people, actually, I'll give you some credit. A lot more people filled this out yesterday than they did, or excuse me, last week than they did the week before. So keep it up. I am checking that and it is part of your grade because I only want you working like 20 minutes a day. Now, granted, the day we have meets, it might go a little longer because we want to catch up, we want to talk, the meet might take a little longer, and those days, that's okay. But most days, I don't want you working more than 20 minutes on this, okay? So this is what it's going to look like. Here is the document that has all our terms on it, okay? So this one, can I get it to move? I don't know why. This one, you are not going to be able to edit. This is just this is the list of the term and the definition, okay? And as you can see, we only have 16 terms right now. Might add some more later, but we're only going to focus on 16 right now, okay? So you're going to go through this, you're going to read them, okay? And then you can have them like I have in the tabs next to each other. You're going to want to go between this and this, okay? And this is that chart that we do together on the board, okay? And the definitions at the top say, please type each of the ancient Egypt vocabulary terms from the definitions resource, that's this one we just looked at, into the columns that you think they fit best, okay? So this is where you're going to have to go back to here and say, okay, papyrus, it's a plant that grows in the Nile and it is used to make paper, okay? So we might say, oh, geography, right? It's a plant. Well, yes. Okay, but that second part of the definition said it was used to make paper, right? So if they're learning how to make something and they're creating this first type of paper, I'm going to call that an achievement. And I'm going to type it there. And that's it. Okay? If you want to throw it into geography because it helps you remember it was a plant, okay, that's how your brain works and that's fine. But I want that especially in achievements. Okay? So you go back to your handy dandy definitions list, go down hieroglyphics, figure that one out. Osiris, figure that one out, okay? Remember, the vocabulary terms can fit in more than one column. So if you think they fit in more than one column, put them there, okay? And then we can also run into the issue where some of the terms don't really fit in at all. If you find that, come down here below or on the next page and just type, I don't think that, hieroglyphs fit anywhere because, and then just give me a sentence explaining it. Some of the words don't fit, and that's okay, all right? So you're going to read the definitions, fill out the grape chart, you're going to submit that in Google Classroom, and then you're going to do your activity log for the day. You're going to fill out Monday, and if you look, I even filled out what we're going to be doing this week so that you can see what's coming up, okay? I filled out, just like last week, I filled out the first column for you right here. This is done. So this is what our week is going to look like, okay? So you need to fill out how many minutes you worked and then either write a couple sentences about the activity. So write at least one of the following questions. What did you learn? Why do you think I included this activity? Did you enjoy the activity? And then this is a new one right here. How did you like the Google Meet? So of course you can't fill that out until your class does the Google Meet, okay? And then it says, do you have suggestions for the next one? So say that you're in my first period class and today you're doing a Google Meet. That could be a reflection today. I liked how blah, 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 blah. I didn't like how I could hear everybody talking because some people's mics were all on. Whatever it is, okay? So that's what you're going to do. And this is due on Friday. And like I said, this is part of your grade for your assignments that you turn in. So you need to be doing this, okay? Because then we can look back and you say, oh, Miss Emery, I'm really overwhelmed. And I can say, well, you didn't do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You did it all Thursday and Friday. Of course you're going to be overwhelmed. So we can go back and we can look, okay? So recap. Reading the definitions. Filling in the grade chart. Filling your activity login. Doing the student check-in, okay? And your code word today is Nile River, all right? Good luck. First period, I'll see you at 10 o'clock.